We got this taped on the door today. It's a letter from Shreveport Bossier Realty. See, they won't talk to us in person. The one time I did talk to them, I told them they were committing a federal offense by me reporting them and them threatening to evict me. It's terrorism, and it's violation of the Whistleblower Act of '89. And they said it was called cursing and berating them. But I was talking to them just like I'm talking right now. I'm a soldier. I was trained for this, so I didn't know there was something in the lease. I mean, I'd read it, but I had no idea that was a if you don't want to live in our shoddy conditions, you can leave clause. I had no idea that's what that was. Shreveport Bossier Realty. Look at this. Notice of other good cause to terminate lease. They've already told me once. Natasha called threatening me and then asked me why I still lived here. So this is some kind of scam. I've noticed this in Highland before with other landlords since I've lived in this state. And they like to get that deposit. See, they like to get that deposit, and then they like to start charging people that have no idea what's wrong with the property. $700 a month to live in bugs, rats. Now there are pigeons living in my attic. There are mosquitoes. There are huge mosquitoes. There are big swarms of mosquitoes at night. You can't even come outside. They still haven't limed the back like the city stated in the violation for them to do. They haven't done anything that the city has asked them to do. Now they're just trying to run me off. I'm not leaving. I'm a soldier. I'm gonna stand my ground, and this is how it's gonna be because I have all the paperwork I need. Here's their bank. Okay, every time that they were in violation, I noted on my receipt that says for rent paid to the bank, Home Federal Bank. Now, whether that's FDIC and actually a federal bank, I don't know. I need to go look at my receipts to know that. But it says it is a federal bank. Now, I've made note on those receipts. Now they're just trying to get me to leave. The first page, it says, a man who identifies himself as Crystal Durs, no apostrophe, husband. So whoever's typing doesn't need a job typing. Okay, that's a major breakdown in the company right there. A man who I have never ever said that I was her husband. We're not married. I mean, legally we are married, but I've never said I was her husband to these people, and I've never cursed and berated them. I only told them what laws they were breaking. And that's only a couple of the laws. State law of Louisiana says they're supposed to have me some air conditioners in here, but they don't. I bought my own air conditioners. And I can only keep half of the house cool. The half that the baby that turned a month old today is in. The one that gets torn up by mosquitoes every day. That baby. So, my lease is up in November, I believe. That's a while off. And I'm not leaving, and they're going to fix as much of this as I can possibly get them to fix before I leave. They're avoiding the underneath of the house. That's where the major problem is, and nobody that has came out and did any repairs has even looked under there. But when we moved in, the plumber slash maintenance man, who now works for A Plumbing, but was a Shreveport Bossier Realty maintenance man at the time, he told us this place was supposed to be replumbed 2 weeks before we moved in. Well, it wasn't. So, the other maintenance man that came that still works for them and said he's worked for them for 10 years, I believe he said, he left our bathroom wall open for 19 days, I believe. Because the company didn't have any money on the credit card to fix it. He finally went and got some old parts, some trim from some other job somewhere, and came and fixed it, and it does look nice. He does have good workmanship, and it's not, I'm sure he's just as frustrated as I am, with this company and their tactics on business, because here it is right here. Other good cause. And now I did mail them a certified letter. See, they say they've given me prior notice right now, but what has actually happened is that they have, whether they signed for it or not, they've received prior notice. So, I mean, I took my chain of command, I took the UCMJ, and I applied it to civilian laws and used my chain of command like you're supposed to do. Now, this part here, a man who identifies himself as Crystal Durr's husband. No, this is the man right here. This is me, Mike Crone. I've identified myself as Mike Crone at 427 College Street every time I've called and left a message. Now, I've only talked to him twice, I think, since I've lived here in 8 months. Believe me, I've tried to get hold of them because our kitchen still isn't fixed. They still haven't limed the backyard. And definitely haven't replumbed the house. They had some plumbers come rig up the place behind us so that it don't leak. But yeah. Anyway, they're trying to pull a fast one, but I've already done everything governmentally that I need to do. And thanks to Louisiana, you know, we have rights. Some of them didn't make sense to me when I first moved here, but I see why they exist now. Hey, Chrissa, go give me one of Barry's business cards. There's one on the fridge.
Doesn't matter which one. Okay.
Anyway, so this is, I guess, Brandon Mitchell. That's Emily Mitchell's husband, I guess. I'm just guessing. I don't want to start calling people husband and wife like Shreveport Bossier Realty. I still can't get over this. A man who identifies himself like this is some police report. They're breaking federal laws, and their punctuation is terrible. Terrible. They should hire me in the office. Anyway.
Here you go, Daddy.
It's the business card with the little robot on it. None of this applies because I've turned them in for this. This is all null and void under Louisiana state law. If you're ever in the mood to listen to some music, memories for and about love, songs that tell a story, your story, 60 years of mellow romantic music 24 hours a day in digital CD stereo. Listen to them at www.loveradiousa.com. It's a great radio station. Anyway, I'm Michael Crone. I'm the man who identifies himself. This is so ridiculous. Anyway, they sent me a copy of something I've had a copy of the whole time. They didn't even know I was on this lease last time Crystal talked to them. They argued with her about me being on the lease. Well, I guess they found a copy because here it is. And you see the date on here. This is very important. This is very, very important. 7/29/13. Shreveport Bossier Realty tour.